I think I did it right. Hey, everybody. I think I did it right. We shall see. Let's see how this goes. Randy's in there making me a cup of coffee to drink. He already went, poof, your cup of coffee. So, hey guys. I'm Yvonne Williams with Backyard Creations, but y'all already know all that. Oh, that actually looks stinking cute. That's a circlet. I'm gonna have to make little polymer clay. Hey, Say Kitty, how's it going? I was just talking to myself on here. That's fine. How are you doing today? Getting the camera situated, figuring everything out. Today's gonna actually be a shorter live stream. It's only gonna be an hour long because tired. I bet. Dump some coffee into your body. We got to go up to Kansas City for the weekend for a fencing tournament. But hey, Deborah. Hey, Lisa. I want to say thank you guys so much. Our furnace is working. It is awesome. We are warm. We're actually sweaty. Just saying, we got used to it being like 55 in the house, and now it's like 65, and we're like, so that's cool though. I'll bitch about literally anything. Hey Michelle, how's it going? Oh. Yeah. I know, right? And then, okay, so the gentlemen were here and they were looking at the house and they were like, what happened here?
You can have all that cake.
Okay.
I don't like it.
That's fair. We got a cream cheese pumpkin cake at the store last night. And it's amazing, and Randy doesn't like it, so it's all mine. But they were like, what happened here with like how we have like shower curtains for a ceiling in the kitchen? And we were like, some water is coming in from the outside. So they looked at it and they were like, the whole back half of like, well, not like half, but like that part of the house is sinking and separating. So we're having like water and all kinds of stuff coming into the house. And that's why the ceiling's caving in 2 spots now. So we're like, I think I'm just going to wrap the house in like a big old tarp and see how that goes. So, yay. Michelle says, hi, Vaughn. Made it to the live stream. Glad you were warm. We were super glad. Hey, Michelle. And also, we got Patreon packaged up. See, Kitty says, my mom, my grandma, and I went running this morning. Right on. Saturdays are our long runs, too. So my legs are very tired. That's cool, though. Running is not for the faint of heart. I tell you what, that stuff is killer. Like, I admire anybody who can make themselves run and, like, do it consistently, you know? Oh, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the squirty sound of a good cup of coffee. Yes. Patreon's packaged up and ready to go. I don't think it's going to go out till Monday, though, because the mailman didn't pick it up today, and the house is blocked off by, like, they closed all the roads for the parade. Thank you, Randy.
Are you going to show them the...
Yeah, I can. Cheers, y'all. Don't go to karate class today because of having a bad headache. Right on. That's cool that you take karate. Tell me again, what cake did you get? We got it from King Cash Saver. It's like a cheesecake pumpkin, or cream cheese pumpkin. And it's so good. It is like wet. Like it's so moist, it's wet. I'm like, oh, soggy cake, get in me. But Randy wants me to show y'all. He's very proud of our hard work. But yeah, so you can see over here, this is Patreon and Etsy. So that's our box. That's international alone.
There will be 4 boxes of them are Etsy.
No, they bought a bunch of stuff off of Etsy. What you microwaving?
Food.
What kind of food? Is it meat?
Yeah.
Can I have some meat?
You want chicken or turkey?
Turkey, both. Can I have both?
I just want to know if chicken or turkey.
Y'all want? Well, I'll have turkey then. Look at this man, you guys. Doing house chores and making me food. I am blessed beyond measure. I said I am blessed beyond measure.
Making me food. I was going to get it and run.
Oh. Will you chunk a piece at me as you run by? He deserves better, you guys. Okay, we are going to do a little bit of wire wrapping today, though, because I need to knock off some of the rust for this month's craft along design. Yeah, they are, North Paw. I'm really, really pleased with these ones. I have never had blonde in my hair, except for one time as a kid for like 3 years. My hair was so sun bleached because every day I would eating some Reese's peanut butter cups. That sounds awesome, Lisa. I'd go swimming in the pond, and my hair would just air and sun dry, and so it bleached my hair to like blonde. Um, and I was like bronzed, like I looked completely different. As I looked like just like this, but like blonde and tan. Actually, I've had the same big dumb face ever since I was a kid. I think okay, caught up on questions and comments. Yeah, the work surface is a disaster. The lady got her Akasha outfit. She's super pleased with it. I'm very, very happy because I'm always a little nervous until the person like gets the thing and they're like, oh no, yeah, I'm happy. I'm like, excellent. Very, very good. Very good. I also think I'm going to be putting in some strip mood lighting around my wire wrapping area. Sorry, I got sneezes. Growing. Natasha says, hope you're doing well. I made it, but we have company here, so I may have to catch the replay. I love watching live, though. The community is so kind. Y'all really are the best. And we're only going to be on for like an hour today because we've got to go up to Kansas City again.
Barbecue sauce.
Can you make it be in a sandwich with like cheese?
No.
And mayonnaise?
No, I cannot.
And bread?
No.
Okay, that's fair. Y'all, I'm going to make a sandwich. I'm going to come in there and make myself a sandwich.
Okay, well, you'll get 3 minutes. What's that for?
I was going to put mood lighting
And
around here.
oh boy.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I guess.
And I think it'd be cool. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh god, that's a lot of work. So maybe not today. Lisa says I have dark brown hair and brown eyes. My kids have blonde hair and blue eyes. Right on. I had blue eyes when I was young, but they turned green, which I'm not upset about. I'm just like, that's weird. Like, I used to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and now I'm red-haired, green-eyed. I'm like, this isn't even my final form. But I'm going to turn the camera around. If I press the button and nothing happens, so I'm going to do it again. There we go. And I'm going to turn on this lamp. If I can. There we go. And let's see about... Yeah, these two are still up on Etsy. They haven't found a new home yet, but that's okay. I actually shot a video today, and we're getting a couple of other things done. I don't know, things are super... What on earth?
I don't know.
Let me see, I want to show them.
It's baked into the loaf, though.
Oh, no. Guys, I think it's just some burnt bread, but...
No.
How do they even piece together? So there were multiple chunks of just like...
Yeah, I guess we...
Like rye bread or
I
something.
have no idea.
Huh. I'd eat Dalmatian bread. Like bread that's like white bread with like rye or pumpernickel. Z's like, give me that bread. Oh, now I got bread everywhere.
Come here, Sam.
Ooh. You have some fan. Something, Lisa. Sea Kitty says I'm blonde and actually with green eyes. Right on. Sea Kitty says right now my hair is strawberry blonde though. I like having at least a little red in it. Right? I don't know. I like a little bit of fiery copper in the hair. It's nice. I like it. On me at least. My good friend Lara has like this chestnutty black hair. It's beautiful on her. Hey, Melissa. And Melissa, it turned out that the same Rose cameo that we had, like I found it, I had written out the thank you note and everything, and then just lost it on my work surface. So I found it and it sent off to you in your Patreon package this month. So thank you very much for your patience with that. Because the depths of my incompetence astound me. What's up, love? Is it? I mean, I'll eat it. It's weird, but I'll eat it. It's not the first time in my life I've said that. So huh. So this is a single drilled, it's like a blue dyed quartz. I think I'm gonna wrap that with some of the scrap wire I've got just sitting around. Ooh, but then I have some of these guys. Uh-oh, I'm making a mess. As we do. All the wire that I have out is too thick, though, I think, to go through it. Ah, right on. Let's try and see. Yes. Too thick. Does not work. Drat. So let's try some 20 gauge. I'm going to pull off about this much for you. Well, it's, again, I'm just a professional person taking people's money for a living. Like, I want to, do what we say we're going to do. Okay. Do you have a tutorial for your polymer clay bezels for the cabochons? I'm interested in learning how to make those. I do, and I can actually, I've got my tablet here so we can find it. Oh, it's all covered in cat hair. I haven't used this since Thursday. How do I open YouTube? Okay. So I'm in the YouTube and I'm going to search poly clay bezel Yvonne Williams. Oh goodness, I remember that video. Sometimes it's weird to go through and see. Yeah, okay. Tutorial, polymer clay pendant for beginners. I really need to revisit this one because it was really kind of terribly, yeah, got the media turned down. Can I zoom in? No, I guess I can zoom in this way. But you can see like some of these different styles, but it's just with any kind of clay cabochon, but the whole setting and everything was like really dark. Oh no. Is she okay, Mitch? Manaya says today was a bring the kitten to work day, and now I get a live stream also. Today is awesome. Right on. Oh gosh. I hope everything turns out all right. Okay. So we've threaded through our crystal. And I think I'll make this one for me for now. So it's out of 10. Ah, just you and the paperwork. Right on, Manaya. That's very cool. Okay, I have to tell you guys. Sorry, you mentioned that you work for the police. Manaya reminded me. So the furnace people were here, and just the person that I am, I make like casual comments about, like, oh, just burning my house down, or like, I'll say something and be like, oh no, well, hopefully it doesn't burn down, or just, I don't know. I think I'm being funny. Clearly I'm not. It's fine. But of course, I have to open my mouth and make those jokes in front of the furnace repair guy whose brother who was there helping him is an ex-fire marshal. And I was like, oh god, can I please one day just shut up for a little while? But I don't think I'll get that. That's fine. It's just not so good. It's now 11 days. Oh geez. Oh Mitch. I'll give her a pat on the head from the bunch of us. Hopefully she'll be all right. An ex-barrister. Oh goodness. So this is totally different. Glad it was just a faux pas. Yeah. No. Oh yeah. Sometimes there's no telling. Hey, Sea Kitty. Yeah, for sure. So I think, because I don't want this to get like snagged and stuff, but I also don't want it to be way too like sticky outy, if that makes sense. Hey, Pennyvan, how's it going? Yeah, I think Patreon's kind of weird about their notifications. Like, if you aren't signed up for like the email notifications, they just don't notify you whenever we do posts or something. But it's very frustrating. Ooh, I don't know. Where my gym at? Two sandwiches? Randy made me sandwiches. Oh my god, Randy, these smell so good. Are these both for me? What if I can't eat both of them? What if I can't eat both of them? Yeah, I guess. Here, give me a sec, guys. I have to shove this sandwich in my mouth. Oh my god, that's so good. Thank you, Randy. Sam and Z are super interested in me existing right now. Oh boy. That's a good sandwich. Okay. I'm gonna try really hard to not just like slobber in y'all's ears. Right on. See, Kitty says Patreon has an app that'll notify you. I just always worry that, like, I really hope that people do actually get notified of stuff, because, like, for our digital download tier, like, I don't want people to, like, sign up and then be like, I never got the digital downloads. And it's like, I posted them, I promise. Ooh. Right on. Is that one of their, like, the meat substitute? Penny? The Impossible Slider? I'm gonna try this on before I... Oh, right on, Manaya. Oh, no. I just heard Randy drop his sandwich and go, oh, butter side down. That's about how it goes, though. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to bind this one off just a little bit. Just a little bit. Doop, doop, doop. Just a little bit. Doop, doop, doop. Sepsis is a witch for sure. I was in the hospital for a week. It took 3 months. Oh, goodness. His sepsis was causing all sorts of issues, chronic heart disease. Thank you for these. I love you, baby. Hey, Randy. The duffel bag is upstairs if you want to pack your clothes.
It's upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Haha. I have to say, sometimes I feel like my hand is like kind of stumpy, so I really like rings that like elongate. So I really like that. Freaking tasty, better than meal rate. Right on. Yeah, I'm gonna have another bite of this though. Because Randy made it super barbecue saucy. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh, Lisa. Tanya, for this one, I used a 20 gauge because that was the largest I could fit through the ring hole or the bead hole. North Paul says, I've got stumpy fingers too, and without the benefit of nice nails like you. Oh, thanks, North Paul, but I'm super self-conscious right now because I've got this like fungal thing going on in these ones, but what's life though? I'm taking a thing to like treat them, but it's still like the nail bed's lifting on this one and they just hurt so bad. Like this one got smashed into a table and the infection just like bloomed. think I'm going to wrap this Aquaterra Jasper today. And this will be in the same style as what this month's wire wrapping craft along kit is for. This is it's a quartz crystal that's been like dyed. So it's like a blue quartz. Yeah. But I am super grateful to have, well, that hurt, but super grateful to have like thick, sturdy nails. But it's also, I admire folks who can wear like the acrylic nails and stuff. I don't know how I'd be able to function without like poking myself in the eye or anything like that. Okay. And so this month's, I'm going to do a little pre-unboxing for you guys, I think. Okay. So this month, you'll open your box, pick out the bubble wrap, and we have a honkin' spool. And this is the $20 kit. But we splurged for y'all and got the 16 gauge. Ooh, that's a good idea, Lisa. Poor little flanges. I love that. But, yeah, a big old spool of some honkin'. Oh, Lord, it's coming. Copper wire from Parawire. And then we have... Now, we used an assortment of different gemstones, but we got some real gemstones, except for the opalite, which is a man-made glass, but cabochons for y'all. Oops, super durable. For y'all's kits this month. And then these ones still glow in the dark. I don't know if it shows, like, you can see it glowing a little bit. Or at least fluorescing. All the parts that fluoresce. I don't know if the camera's gonna... No, I didn't really pick up on it. Right on, Penny. That's a good idea, too. I've just been horribly self-conscious of it because it's like, you know, it's my hands that are on camera more than my face. Like, I'm more self-conscious about this whenever I get, like, big old pimple breakouts. And then we also splurged and got some really nice copper filigree. Bye, Natasha. Really nice copper filigree for the earrings this month, too. Manaya, the $20 is... It's the small kit. We do the $10 cab box where you just get cabs, which the cab box did, like, they just got polymer clay. It wasn't, these were significantly more expensive to purchase than, I don't think we'll be doing that again, but it was a little bit of a treat this month. But yeah, our $20 is the smallest craft along kit that comes with the wire and stuff as well. So, but I'm going to go ahead and practice on this one. Because you could get 15 pendants in this style out of this much wire. Hey, Jim. Right on, Manaya. Yeah, and sometimes it's a little inconsistent about, like, it's $20 US, if that makes sense. Barbecue chicken. I think there's a cat on my porch. Okay. Tabby? Got a cat? No? Okay. Yeah, we tried to keep Callie inside today, but she just was not having it. Okay, so there they are. And we also always try to kind of remind folks that we do the in addition to the craft along kits, we have our free tutorials and we have our patron exclusive live streams and behind the scenes and yada yada, etc. Y'all have heard my spiel before. By any chance, do you have any heady wrap tutorials planned? I feel like my style will really work well with the heady style, but the construction is intimidating. I'd love to. Like, that's still something that I'm pretty intimidated by as well. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so I've made our little bail. And then I'm going to bend almost a 90 degree. And I'm going to start shaping this around, which you may be off camera. There we go. I'm going to kind of set this down and just bend around the edges of it. Do you remember where you got that jasper by chance? It was gifted to me. I'm having difficulty remembering the name of the lady who sent it, but it was very generously gifted. Okay. Now this wire is soft enough too that I'm able to just kind of like press down and get it to go where I want it to. And then I'm actually going to fold this around the neck here. Again, that's the head, that's the body, that's the neck. Right, Penny? Oh, right on, Manaya. I think the cat might have a squirrel. Hey! Fortunately, it's very durable, hopefully. So I can hear Ember running around like crazy upstairs. Okay. So actually, that came out a little bit tighter than I wanted it to. What you doing, kitty? Other than being a cat, clearly. And so I think now I'm going to come down here on the back and just bring it across like that. Bringing it through. So now we have something for this to sit on that it's not going to slide through. And now we can come up. This is where we have to decide what's going to be the top and bottom. I think that's going to be the top. And you could always, if you're having trouble holding on to stuff, just use some masking tape. Anything low tack does a pretty good job. You don't want to leave like a sticky residue on your stone. But yeah, we're just going to start building that spiral out and around. It's getting weird, but that's all right. Yeah, I'm wishing I had made the frame just a little bit larger. But that's okay. This is part of what happens. Which we may. Let's see. Try swapping out for. Let's try the stone that came in the craft along kit. Ooh. So now we'll bring this around. We can come through here. More of those kind of itsy bitsy spirals. And then across the back. We're just making it up now. And I don't want to be too far up or too far down because then it'll slip out one way or the other. So I'm going to come to about here, but then I'm going to thread through. Again, just coming around. And I want to lock down the top here. So again, coming through both of those wires. So it's very much a freeform wrap, but I wanted to experiment with some of that negative space and that framing. So now we can use our nylon jaw pliers. Ah, thanks, Mitch. Do you prefer Mitch or Michelle, by the way? Straightening that out. Opening that up. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to bring this around. Well, that came out a little bit wonkier than I wanted it to, didn't it? That's okay. We can just back it right up, back through there. Yvette, how's it going? But yeah, twisting into another itty bitty. And now we can come through right there. Because also designing some framing and stuff like this will help you to, if you can get the shape down of a lot of your pendants and stuff, then you'll be able to decide from there where you'd want to add in some weaving or coiling even, or maybe splicing some beads. And so I think it's a really good idea to practice doing some wire wrapping where you're just focusing on structural and letting the prettiness just be whatever it is going to be. Well, there goes those pliers. Yeah, we are using some 16 gauge here. And this is the 16 gauge from this month's Craft Along kit. So I'm kind of experimenting a bit with designs for this month's Craft Along video. Kind of wishing I'd cut myself a little bit more wire because I wouldn't have minded a bigger spiral right there. But you want to test a bit? Yeah, that stone's in there. My only concern is it might pop out like the top there. So we could take this and, nope, bend a little if we wanted. And that doesn't really, it shouldn't. We'd really have to mangle the heck out of it to get it to pop out the top because of these kind of two shoulder points. That thick wire should keep it from sliding up. The wood squish tool you use. This? I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty pleased with that. Just a cute little stone. Yeah, it totally sliced my hand open. Just, I mean, clearly it's a terrible, life-threatening wound. But no, we were helping a friend move some rabbit cages. No tetanus or anything yet, so that's good. But yeah, I really like that. I really love opalite in antiqued copper or the vintage bronze that Parawire sells. But this is what we have for this month. And I wanted to gauge the reaction because I'm really worried that folks are going to feel like it's a sparse kit this month. But the value of what we put in it, like this wire costs like about 3 times as much as what we usually put into the kits. Oh, it's Terraflex or Warbla. It is a wood-based thermoplastic, like wood pulp based thermoplastic, but that way you can heat it up. And I really like that I can keep my pinky on there as well, as opposed to most pliers that's just kind of free floating. But yeah, so we have, and for this style of pendant I only used about 12 inches, so you could get 14 or 15 pendants out of this one spool of wire. And then we do have, the clay ones with the glow in the dark clay and the resin capped stuff, and then the gemstone cabs. So, but we'll gauge this month's reactions because people typically will let us know what they think if they don't like something. And then that'll determine whether or not we splurge on this, because not everybody, I think, is going to perceive the value of the much heavier gauge wire, if that makes sense. I'll set that over here. You do. You get a lot for 12 inches. Yeah. But yeah, if I were making this into a heady piece, we could have done like a figure 8, like that corset lacing wrap, kind of filled in around here. We could have coiled that, could have spliced in another wire here, and maybe added some beads along that edge or something. Like, there's a lot of different options of what we could have done. But I really like that kind of wider frame. I think I am going to bend this just a little bit more, just to the edges of our cab, because since it's a translucent cab, I don't want wires cutting through. If that makes sense. I don't have another bite of my sandwich. That good stuff. Deborah. Cat. A heady wire piece. I'd recommend searching it on Instagram, like just like right, Deborah. Like you could search heady wire wrap, but it's the stuff that lots of coiling, lots of like channel set, lots and lots of smaller faceted gemstones and stuff. And a lot of the heady styles that I see actually involve base frames that are soldered together to kind of hold the stones and stuff that way. And then so you'll have like, you know, a prong set piece, and you could have something that has like a little bezel holding a faceted stone, and so you'll have all that, and then you'll use wire weaving in different textures and stuff to fill in some of the gaps in between. Really, really cool style. Just super wicked cool stuff. Like, I love it, but it can get really intimidating to try to figure out how to do that without soldering. And since it's soldered, it's either out of like bare copper or sterling, which makes some of the pieces be painfully expensive from a customer's perspective. Because I know I see a lot of them, and I'm like, oh god, I love that, but it's like $300. Like, that's like my month's groceries. Working on it. The tutorial I had found that I fell asleep on had a great way to do the frame without soldering. Right on. Good drinking temperature as well. Right on. That'd be cool, Manaya. I'm gonna have another bite of the sandwich because the hot dog is a super good sandwich. Oh no, come back, meat. Hey, Teresa. It's very intensive. And 300 is on the like less expensive side because these are, I mean, weeks of wire, weaving and wrapping and stuff. I think it's just store brand donut shop or something. Squeaky chair with Italian cream creamer. Sorry, I love food. This has basically become just like our lunch hangout on Saturdays. This is about the time in the day that we have lunch anyways. Tomorrow's video is about me too, girl. Tomorrow's video on YouTube is about Etsy shop and stuff. So kind of doing sales promotions and different things, because I've had quite a few people ask in our live streams, like, I just started an Etsy store. Yvette says, I see inner turmoil behind your eyes today. Yvette, I'm not gonna lie, I have right, everything is going really well, like in our home. Like, Randy and I are doing fantastically. We're about to go see my best friend from high school, Lara, is coming down to Kansas City for a fencing tournament. So we're gonna see her. I haven't seen her in like a year, um, over a year now. She's the friend that I went backpacking with. Um, and then we're gonna go see family in December, and I'm like torn up because it's like, I don't know. I still feel ashamed that I gained back all the weight that I had lost, but that doesn't matter. But what I'm kind of dealing with today, like immediately, like I've got like a couple of different hamsters fretting, is every month, like chronically almost now, like all of the time, I'm fretting constantly about, you know, are our Patreon packages enough quality? Like I don't feel confident in what we're presenting to people as worth the value of what they're paying. Whenever on paper, it's like we're not even really making much of a profit margin, but I still feel like I need to put in more into the packages. And with what we had planned for this month, in my hands, it doesn't feel like a lot. And so I'm really worried about people being unhappy with that. And like, just all of these very insidious like insecurities that weasel their way into my core and then stay there, and there's no evidence or logic. It's like out of the hundreds of people now that we haven't, Manaya, and that's the thing, is that we're actually up by like 30 patrons this month. And I think they're all dollar patrons, but I will take that. Like, holy crap, I'll take that. That people want to sign up just so that they can come and hang out on the Saturdays is phenomenal. But like, I'm chronically insecure, you guys. Like, yeah, it's called anxiety. Oh, I gotta show you. Do y'all want to see some memes before we go today? Because that's another thing, is I feel really bad that I'm not able to stay for the full duration. Like, I usually like to do like 3 hour long streams with y'all, because that's like, takes a while to get into the groove. Where my memes at? That's a naked person. Well, it's a naked mannequin, but I didn't want y'all to think like I do. Yeah, I look at a bunch of naked people on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Because a lot of my anyways, a lot of my favorite yogis are. Here it is. Okay, are you guys ready? This shit though. Hey, I like your personality. Thanks. It's a disorder. Oh no. Have you ever looked up the breathing techniques to help quaff those anxiety times? Yeah, I have. And a lot of it is I just have to roll with the waves and just like, also, I'm going to start, sorry, Jim, I'm going to start bleeding out my vagina like a crazy person, like in like 3 hours probably, because we're going to be in the car. So it's that time of month. And I'm just like crippling insecurity. Like, I put on my war paint and like straightened my bangs and was like, come on, girl, let's do this. And then I was like, other Vaughn, like this angry hamster that just, like Cruella DeVille, like she looks like Cruella DeVille. Cut made mine. And she's just like, you still suck at everything. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Ho, can you leave me alone? And she's like, stop sucking so bad. And, and I'm just, oh. It's not gonna lie, I'm mostly insane, but trying to keep it together. And I'm actually having a really good day, despite all my bitching. CBD, right on. Yvette says, well, I see the value, and Patreon is supposed to be a donation to support an artist and not a way to get free stuff, because that's what it is, free stuff. I appreciate you, Yvette. I appreciate all y'all, because like 99.99% of you guys feel that way and are that way and say that and like keep me together. But then all it takes is like one person, it just takes other Vaughn being ridiculous, honestly. Like, y'all aren't the problem, I am, if that makes sense. I'd probably be here if it weren't for your nutties. I'm chock full of nuts. Hey, Natalie. I freaking love your face, by the way. Just saying. Like, all y'all. But it's also, let me know if this makes sense to you guys, because I think it's just another part of like my neuroses. So we got the furnace fixed and we got Patreon out relatively on time. It's still like 5 days late, but we're working on it. And it's like, so the things to be stressed about, we're clearing the plate. Right? I know. I want to needle felt them. Like, I put like little crocheted outfits and have like how people collect pop figures. I want to have like a shelf of all my different hamsters. So whenever one of them is acting up, I can like smack them, and then I can take two of them and then be like, not kiss, and like just. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, all the stuff that's like all the balls that we've been juggling, balls, to try to keep everything balanced. We've taken care of and packed away quite a few of them. Everything's fine. But I'm so used to being stressed about something that I can't switch off. So my brain's just making up problems. Like, if you ever do merch, there you go. Yeah, just like just a mess of hamsters. Collect them all. That's actually a really good idea. I'll have to like get in contact with like a plush manufacturer and see if we can't make, or just find like a bunch of like hamster dolls and just make them outfits. But what were we talking about? I don't recall. Anyways, I'll ignore this sandwich. Yeah, so thank you. Yvette. You see right through me. Am I so transparent? Oh my god. I also might just be hungry. For I am made of meat, therefore I will burn. I am flammable and made of meat. You want to see some more memes? Randy sends me the dopest memes. We also have Sam Dog. He was mad at me that I used the flash. Deborah says, you should be celebrating getting rid of this debt you talked about in a previous live. I've been drunk for a week. I'd have been drunk for a week, right? Well, we have 9 months till we're out of debt. And that in itself, I don't know why, because it's a huge achievement, is scary. Like, it's very scary. Like, the house is getting transferred into our name next month. Like, there's some grown-up stuff, y'all. Like, the most grown-up thing I've done recently is, like, we bought beds, like, a year ago. Like, we, instead of just using hand-me-down, found-on-the-street mattresses, we, like, bought a mattress. And I was like, I'm a grown-up now, I tell you what. But, like, I don't know, I'm just, and then after the furnace guys came, and there's, like, all this other stuff that needs done with the house, and what am I gonna do when I'm old? Like, it's just, I don't know. And like my ankle hurts and like my back hurt the other. I do need a hug, Yvette. You see, you uncorked me, and now all of my like it's all just pouring out. Nuke and what, Jim? Adulting is hard, right? Oh no, my battery. I'll plug in. But I think I am just having like, if it weren't one thing, I'd find something else to like fret over, if that makes sense. And I haven't processed my grief for my chickens yet. Like, so there's just so much going on. Adulting is overrated. It is. Like, we shoot for bare minimum of adulting to be able to like do well. And then I have this dream that we kind of dreamed together a couple weeks ago about Camp Craft Along, and now that's all I want to do in my whole life. Like, I'm like, why are we still here? Why aren't we at a campground getting ready for Camp Craft Along? Like, so, oh no, Natalie says I hate adulting and I'm a grandma of 5. Right on. We don't gotta like it. We just gotta be passable at it, right? I am doing natural human things. Speaking of which, I'm gonna put this sandwich down. It's so good, but so messy. Sup, pup? Do you want to lick barbecue sauce off of each other's faces? You know I do. He looked at me like, really? And I'm like, no, you lick your butthole. See, Kitty says, wish you could do a Camp Craft Along in Houston. It's hard for me to travel while I'm in school. That would be so cool. Delight says, you got this. Try not to sabotage yourself by thinking something bad will happen. Create your reality by being positive. And that's that's where I'm at, Delight. And it helps actually to, right, to verbalize it, because oftentimes I'll dig myself into a rut with like 3 things. Like, that's it. I'm covered in barbecue sauce. Hey, Sam, help a lady out. He says, no, don't rub barbecue sauce in my eyes. Oh, he's just... Y'all want to hang out with Sam Dog for a minute? Look at that pupper. Look at that pupper McMuffin. You fix all my boo-boos. All my heart boo-boos. You're my little love. I'll miss you every day that you're not around. He's a good boy. Okay, what were we talking about? But yeah, I'll dig myself into a rut with like, it's just 3 things. So if I say it or if I write it down, then I'm like, oh, that's really not that much, is it? Okay, yeah, we'll be fine. I just don't realize that I'm spinning out, flinging mud until I look up and everybody around me is covered in mud and they're like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's gonna be fine. Read the book, The Power of Positive Thinking. Right, I'm still working through the, I read 2/3 of the book in a day. The Will I Ever Be Good Enough? Daughters, or Healing the Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers by, can't remember her name. Really, really good book, really eye-opening. And then I'm in the work through your problems part. Oh, that's the rough part though, because it's like I'll sit there and listen to like other people's cases all day and like, you know, like cry and like all kinds of stuff. And then whenever it's like, okay, time to start working on your own cognitive behavioral therapy, and I'm like, oh no, what? It's like, I don't have time for that. I have a business to run. And then apparently being a workaholic is like another form of addictive personality disorder. And I'm like, oh no. The book I found good for hitting my head with on bad days. Yvonne should travel across the country with cracked lungs so we can all go to one, if only Muslim was a problem. And that's something that Randy and I were actually talking about last night. We had just finished up packaging and shipping Patreon, like getting all the shipping labels and everything. And we were like, I really like the Tiny Windows, maybe. I can't recall her name, but she does in Indianapolis, she does like a polymer clay weekend. And she caps it at like 75 people. And it's just about $300 per person. But after finding out how much, you know, we know very firsthand how much materials are, but after finding out how much a lot of these venues want to charge, Penny says, Tony just called from work and said to tell you and Randy hello. Hey, Tony. You guys are awesome. That we're like, okay, it's probably going to have to be that much. But we were thinking of doing in 2020 a tour. Because used to, we love them too, Penny. Possibly Tiny Pandora. She does amazing, like amazing cane work. Might be Tiny Pandora. I can't emphasize enough how bad I am at names and how much I wish I were better at them. But for that amount, we're hoping that we'd be able to feed y'all and do a like 3-day masterclass, all tools and materials provided course, like intensive course, where you get to keep all the material, like all the tools and materials at the end of it and everything that you've made. But it's when we'd feed you lunch, we could at least cover the lunch, we think. But we're going to have to find out more about like catering prices and different things. But we were thinking we could do pre-sales on Kickstarter to be like, you know, like to put on the event, we'd have to have like a minimum of 30 people sign up just to cover the costs. And so we're like, but we don't think we'd be able to teach a room of more than 75, if that makes sense. Because we don't want anybody to come and feel shortchanged. You know, we want to be able to give each and every one of you guys hands-on instruction in this technique and project. And I was feeling like completely, we cannot do this for this much. Like, this is way too expensive. And Randy was like, hold your horses. He's my logic money person who like comes in and he's like, let's just look at, for the price of a 3-day weekend where you're being fed lunch and you get to keep all the tools and materials and et cetera, is the same price as one very inexpensive, like the cheap on the cheap end of the bead and button 2 hour long classes. He's like, this stuff is just expensive to put on. That's just how it seems to be. Um, oh goodness, I hear that, Teresa. And we're hoping to be able to stream it as well for people who aren't able to come. Um, and like kind of have a video course available. I think that'd be pretty neat. But we don't know yet. Is that during June or December? Start nursing school next year and we'll only be able to travel during summer and winter vacation. Right on. And the thing is we were thinking it wouldn't be craft along con like how we had talked about, because that's where I want to have the vendor hall full of, like a gem and mineral show mixed with a bead shop, like awesome vendors for, we can take the classes and we can go and shop. And then where it's not just me teaching, but there's like, 20 teachers, 80 classes to choose from, $50 a badge kind of stuff. Like that's still an eventual goal, but we're thinking to have smaller craft along with Vaughn events that are intensive, like master classes, where we go once every maybe 2 months to a different city and teach in that area. And that way, it makes it more accessible to people to not have to travel maybe so far. Doing 6 events that shouldn't be, like Randy and I can manage that. Like we used to vend 30 events. It's just instead of doing all the work just in the weekend, it's all the work in the build up, if that makes sense. Ooh, see, Kitty says I'm going to try to go to the Bean and Button Show in Milwaukee next year because I'll be on summer break during that time, but I have to work it out with my mom. Right? And it seems like a really cool show. Oh, Mitch. but yeah, we think we'll be able to manage that because it should, like, I don't know, we're figuring it out, but I think we're going to have our first one in Springfield because it's only an hour away from our house. It has an airport. It's kind of central to the Midwest, a little bit like central. The Midwest is so big that it's really hard to find like a central place. And then we'll kind of figure it out from there. But we were thinking that we'd open it up on Kickstarter first. Like we'd find the venue, get the quote, find out how much we're going to have to charge per ticket and how many people minimum we'd need. So let's just say it'd be 30 people. So we'll put it on Kickstarter, and if we don't get 30 people signing up, then it just doesn't happen and we won't lock down the venue. So we're going to have to plan it far enough in advance that we can, we don't want to run the pre-sale of the ticket and then lose the weekend slot. Like that's not fair to y'all who'd be signing up and stuff. But yeah, we're thinking this might be a viable thing to do because these conventions that we've been doing, they cost us like $1,500 just to do, like between the hotel and the booth fee and the travel and everything. And then a lot of them, we'll make like maybe $2,000 before expenses, which I can't bat an eye at making $500 a week, but that's not including our product replacement cost, like if that makes sense, because it cost us $1,500 to do to be there. And then we only make 2,000 in sales, which I can't believe that word only comes out of my mouth, but just that we have to make 1,500 in sales before we're even making a semblance of a profit, and then we have to go home and buy more materials. So we're really only making like $250 a week, and that's if we vend every single weekend, and that's if we do well enough at the show to actually make a profit. So Randy and I do feel like we need to make a transition into something other than conventions, because at least the ones that we've been going to are in such an oversaturated market that we're like, the attendance is pretty tapped out. Like they're like, I can buy one thing this weekend, and that was the badge. So I don't know. We're gonna test out some different waters, and Jim says Pacific Northwest, Seattle or Portland or Vancouver or the other Vancouver. Right on. And I do think we're gonna put up a poll on Patreon, and or put it on Patreon and then advertise it on YouTube to get people to come over and vote. To take suggestions for what cities y'all want us to travel to. Like, I think that'd be really cool. Penny says, if you ever decide to do YouTube auctions of pieces like the last live stream, you might be able to do less travel and time. Yeah, and that's what we're thinking is that y'all, I know I say this. I could say this 10 times a day, every day for the rest of my life, and I have not said it enough, or I won't have, even saying it that frequently. But y'all have changed our existence 100%. Like, there is no way that even like 2 years ago that Randy and I could have gotten our furnace fixed. To not be, this is our second winter to not be scared about it being winter, and that's because of you guys. Like I cannot express enough to y'all how much of a difference you've made in our lives, and I just, it's amazing. Like, and that's an understatement. Hey Lindy, how's it going? Hey Patricia. Manaya says, I don't know if it would be big enough, but maybe look into Drury Inn and Suites, St. Louis, Crave Cure, Fear the Boot. Just had a Kickstarter for their small convention there, and their goal is only in the 3K range to fully fund it. Right on. We might check that out because I really like the St. Louis area. But yeah, if you're watching this, start thinking about what city you'd like to travel to. Because another thing is in Springfield, there's an amazing aquarium, and I was going to try to figure out if there were a way that we'd be able to get like a group rate and have it just be included in the ticket price to be able to go to the aquarium and we can hang out with jellyfish. Like, I don't know. And I thought that that would be a really neat thing, and to kind of make it like a craft vacation, a little bit. I don't know. I'm glad you feel that way, Penny. She said that's a mutually beneficial relationship bond. We all gain just as much as you do. Well, I feel like I'd love to give y'all more, and I'm going to do my best. So, Manaya says their group rate isn't any cheaper than the internet rate, though, last time I went. I don't know. Randy and I went with Maddie, and we got like an out-of-town rate. Like, and it was not nearly as expensive as I thought it would be to be able to go to the aquarium. But it was also like on a Tuesday. So, oh, Patricia. Well, thank you. You got to take some credit for the hard work you've done to make the last 2 years easier, too. Yeah, that's fair, Deborah. But I still feel like Randy and I can work hard all day, but y'all make us feel wealthy and lucky, like in an emotional wealth kind of way, if that makes sense. But it's been an hour. I gotta eat this sandwich. And we've got to go up to Kansas City, and I still have to pack my clothes and stuff. But so we're gonna cut it short today. But I feel a lot better after complaining to you guys about all of my imaginary problems. Thank you. Y'all should be charging me therapy rates. Basically. I'm dying. It's okay. I lived. But yeah, we will see you in tomorrow's video, talking about getting getting Etsy stores up and running like marketing campaigns and stuff. But I'll see y'all in our next video, and I'll be catching y'all. We're doing a road trip, so it's 2 hours in the car. So I might be in Discord to hang out with you guys a bit. And we will see y'all in our next video. So be safe, have fun, most of all. See you soon. Bye guys. Happy crafting.